Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, hello and welcome. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing my thoughts on a topic that is pretty controversial, and that is the usage of AI in art and content creation. Now, since I'm not really a member of any other communities that AI is associated with, such as, tech stuff, coding, whatever, so on and so forth, I'm not going to really be discussing AI in those areas because I'm not familiar with it in those areas, and since I'm not a member of any of those communities myself, I have no idea how AI has affected them really, or like their personal feelings. And again, this is my personal opinion on AI in general, so if your opinion is different, please don't come at me. We all can have differing opinions. That doesn't mean one of us is right and everyone else is wrong. This is just what I think personally, and I feel like, yes, a lot of artists do kind of agree with me on this topic, but I would love to know your thoughts on AI in the comments. So if you have any thoughts, maybe leave a comment and like the video if you are liking it. But anyway, let's get into actually talking about AI. Now, the main issue with AI right now is AI stealing people's content, people actually using AI, either tracing it or using spat out AI images and claiming it as their own artwork, and basically selling it or marketing off of it. And again, a lot of this is very dangerous and scary to think about because of the fact that so many people are able to get away with it, and some people, a couple of people I've been able to find, at least, hand them a paintbrush and paint. It's not that hard. Of course, it can be hard for some people, so I'm not going to be judging, but I feel like for the most part, typing prompts into a computer is usually harder than picking up a paintbrush and paint. So that's like my, opinion on that matter, at least, and that argument. Now, another thing that's been very controversial, but mostly received negatively, is AI tracing. Now, the main argument I hear for this is that tracing AI art, you're not actually tracing art because it's made by AI. However, AI is fed a bunch of different artists' work to create AI art. AI art is not art. So basically, you're just tracing a mashed up soup of a bunch of different artists' work, and this is almost worse than just tracing, in my opinion, guys. I know tracing as a whole as well, not even AI tracing, but tracing in general is controversial, and again, mostly received negatively. I think it is okay to trace people's work as long as you give full credit and do not claim it or sell it. Obviously, you cannot trace someone's work, claim it as your own, and try to market or make a profit off of it. So as long as you're tracing only for your study work and giving full disclosure, if you do post the art, that this was traced, a traced piece, and I traced this artist, so all the credits go to them for, the drawing, basically. Now, for AI, again, the argument is, it wasn't drawn by artists, but it is a mashup of a bunch of different artists. And again, the benefits you get from actually tracing someone's work, trying to figure out why they put lines there, the intent behind it, how artists draw hands, because AI has, struggled with that in the past. Whereas if you are tracing from an AI image, the AI has no intent. There is no rhyme or reason to why it put that line there and that line there, and you're really not learning anything from tracing AI art, which is another thing. If, all the time you spend tracing AI or using actual just plain spat out AI art and claiming it as your own, because people have gotten millions of followers off of literally just posting fake AI generated images, all that time you could be typing in prompts. You could actually be drawing in a notebook and learning how to draw instead of just stealing basically people's artwork. And if you are using AI and you fully disclose that you are using AI and your AI usage, I don't think it is that bad, because people that don't care about AI stuff, they'll buy it, but that way you are not scamming anyone. As long as you're hey guys, full disclosure, in your profile description or every video or post you make, this piece was generated or traced from an AI image and is not actually art. But again, most people who do AI stuff will not disclose to the purchaser or follower that this is AI. So unfortunately, there are a lot of people getting away with this still, and it's something that really no one can do anything about, hardly, which is unfortunate again. And in my opinion, claiming AI art as your own and selling it to people, or using AI art to promote brushes that do not at all work, or do not at all, like, you did not draw that drawing with those brushes. You used an AI program, which, again, if you are not an artist, it's really hard to spot AI usage. And I've almost been fooled. I actually haven't been fooled by AI yet, but I've come very close. I've been on the fence about some artworks, like, is this AI? Is this AI referenced? Like, what is this? And, it's been scary for me to be like, wait, I actually am not sure, right? Another thing that, like, bringing up that topic of, like, AI referencing. Now, referencing AI is also not good. I would recommend, if you're reference artists' work, and if you are heavily referencing, then you do want to give credit to the original artist for the idea. Again, like, we want to credit the people who did the thing. Like, don't claim it as your own, again. So I don't recommend referencing AI art, because, again, AI art gets, doesn't get everything anatomically correct and makes many glaring anatomy mistakes. Some of them are smaller, though, and, you draw in those things and you're like, wait, why does this look off? Like, you're not learning anything from referencing AI. So you want to reference artists' work or pictures on Pinterest, like actual photos of people to reference, as long as, you have consent from the photographer, whatever. And there are plenty of sites you can find reference photos that you are able to reference from freely, but I'm like, plenty of people reference from Pinterest, including myself. However, Pinterest has also become a very AI infested place. And that brings me to my next topic, which is AI's influence in just apps in general, like Pinterest, Instagram, are two of the biggest ones. But for now, I want to discuss Pinterest. Now, I used to love using Pinterest, and I still do use it occasionally for art referencing, but nowadays it is just full of AI just sloppy AI images. And unfortunately, a lot of the times, again, people will not know that these images are AI, which, again, not good. But another thing I've seen, again, on Pinterest, I've seen these ads for these, like, stuffed robotic dogs or, like, pandas. And the video is obviously AI, but some people have fallen for these things, and, they get scammed out of hundreds of dollars, which, again, is not cool. I've heard an author got scammed by an AI, like, person claiming that, they draw covers, but they're actually AI art, like, and this author paid thousands of dollars for this artwork. And again, I won't get into specific people because I don't want to, like, blame or shame anyone for not realizing what they have bought or purchased is AI, but I do highly recommend you do your research before you purchase any art that looks a little bit fishy. Another thing, like, about AI usage that is, like, scaring me a little bit is AI speed paints, because AI has, not been able to do speed paints until recently, and speed paints were one of the few guarantees that it was not an AI artwork, but now AI is able to create speed paints. Now, again, it is, noticeable that it is AI, but if you are not an artist, you are really not going to notice it. And again, not everyone is an artist, and, people do get fooled by these things, unfortunately. And that, again, AI is able to create speed paints now, and no, they do not look completely real. However, people, AI people in general are both going to get smarter with these things, and unfortunately the AI speed paints and just AI art in general is going to just keep getting better until we are basically not going to be able to tell the difference between the two. Another thing about AI that, again, just rubs me the wrong way is AI stealing other people's content. Now, this is something that I'm, like, very against, and very much, like, this should not be legal, but basically, AI is evolving so fast that the law cannot keep up, and unfortunately, AI stealing people's content is something that is going to continue to happen for a while until we can bring more attention to it, and even then, it's going to take a long time for it to be illegal. And again, AI will basically take someone's video and just slap a fake AI face onto it, remove the watermark, and repost it to a different account. And unfortunately, this looks really real. Now, another thing is AI's voicing obviously can sound very artificial, but a lot of the times these AI videos will just keep the original creator's voice over basically to the video. And these can be very, very convincing, like scarily so. And that's something, again, you have to be mindful of, because AI is now stealing content, which is also really not good. Yeah, so that's like my opinion on the AI content stuff. Since yes, I'm a content creator, but I'm not really too exposed to that side of the internet. Like, I'm not really sure. So I'd recommend like looking at specific videos dedicated to that topic to get a little bit more in depth about it. Again, AI tracing or claiming AI art is your own, very bad. Do not do that. It's, just don't do it. Another thing that's been going on, which is very not good and concerning, is AI's use in art contests. If you are not an artist, don't join the art contest, okay? If you want to draw something for it, do that. Do not use an AI image. And unfortunately, what recently has happened is a AI artwork, or allegedly AI, but it does look very AI to me, is like, it looks very, very sus. But to an untrained eye, it looks like pretty normal, just like a good piece of artwork. And it recently won second place in Clip Studio Paint's art contest. So it won a $500 prize and got second place. And this artwork is AI. I'm just gonna go out and say, in my opinion, it is very AI, or at least partly assisted by AI. And, even Clip Studio Paint, who are allegedly like, artist supporters, that this slipped through the cracks, and some of the glaring mistakes, I'm just not sure how it managed to get this far in the contest without being noticed, but it did end up getting removed. And anyway, I don't have any more information about that, but there's been some other instances as well where AI has won first, second, third place in these contests. And it's really scary, because these people that are hired to make sure that AI does not get through, a lot of the time AI does actually manage to slip through the cracks. Now, the last thing I wanted to discuss, and this is a pretty, again, topic that's controversial, but that is Ross Draws and his usage of AI, and him not telling his audience. Now, I watch Sam Does Art, Ross Draws, Colleen. I love all those YouTubers. And personally, I think Ross Draws, I understand why he used AI, but I also don't like that he never disclosed it. He did make some apology videos and stuff, and I honestly do forgive him. I understand that sometimes an artist bites off way more than they can chew, and have this huge workload and are stressed out and basically really just want to get everything done on time, and he used a little AI in his work. And now he is an amazing artist. However, when an artist you trust uses AI, you are never 100% sure if they haven't used AI in any more pieces. Even if they say, oh, I only used AI this one time, now you know that they've used AI, you're never really sure. And again, I'm not going to go too much into this topic, again, because I'd recommend you go check out Ross's video and Sam Does Art's video, and just the videos discussing that whole topic as well, because I am just giving my loose opinion on the matter. And again, I understand why some people use AI, because they're like, oh, I cannot draw, right, I'm bad, I'm never going to be good. And that is not true. It has taken me a little while to actually get good at art, and it's not something that you can rush, or there are no shortcuts you can take. But as long as you enjoy drawing, right, that's all that matters. If you enjoy drawing, then keep drawing, and you will get to the level you want to be eventually. And again, everyone progresses at different rates, and just the more you draw, the better you'll get, basically, and the more you learn, the better you'll get at drawing. Again, you can't just draw every day and expect to get better. You want to study your subject. Oh, I want to draw people, study anatomy. Oh, I want to draw dragons, study anatomy, color theory, lighting, shadows, how all that works. And again, I know it seems intimidating at first, but you just have to narrow it down. I want to draw people. Start with learning how to draw shapes, how to use references, how to break down human anatomy, and after that, you're able to start drawing humans, right? And you just learn skills from there, basically. And of course, yes, it does take a long time to learn how to draw, but as long as you enjoy it, that's all that matters. And don't go using AI unless you absolutely just are too lazy, which, I'm a lazy person, but I recommend, again, if you are using AI, you do not want to sell it claim it as your own work, trace it, claim it as your own work, use it to promote things that realistically the creators, the artists, draw would never promote, or use it to basically sell things that AI, sell stuff, your own products using AI. Anyway, this is a pretty long video and not what I normally do, but I hope my opinion kind of, this is just what I think, and leave your opinions in the comments.